name is Elizabeth Secord. I'd like to let you know before I begin this speech that due to my limited resources, I had to take a new route on using and accessing the visual aids needed for this presentation. So please bear with me. I will explain what each image means and how it pertains to my topic. When I was a child, my second grade Excel teacher said, "Brittany, why do you say the most off-topic things?" And I said, because it's in the Constitution that I can. Wikipedia defines freedom of speech as the freedom to speak without censorship and or limitation. Freedom of speech is also referred to as freedom of expression. With that being said, something that I excel at is freedom of expression. Some of the ways I choose to express my views and takes on life are music, poetry, and drawing. For my visual image, I have a picture that was submitted by an unknown artist to a paper in Chicago. In the picture, you can see a rundown building with debris scattered. In the center is a piano on its side. What is the artist trying to express in this picture? I believe he is trying to express the downfall of culture in his community. Well, we all have things that we excel at, and we have things that we're not so good at. With that being said, one of the things that I would need to improve on is my ability to understand and utilize more advanced mathematical skills. Mathematics is seen in Wikipedia and defined as the study of quantity, structure, space, and change. Well, if this is true, then that means that we apply mathematics to everyday life in almost everything that we do. For my visual image, you can see a mathematical graph. You can see the graph starting out lower in the beginning and higher. You need a knowledge of math to read this graph. And with the knowledge, you will find out that the graph is representing the economy and the status of from World War I until now. Well, mathematics is something that we all have trouble with at times, but it's one thing that we should all value because it helps us to improve in every way. Speaking of value, Amendment 1 of the Constitution states, "Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment or of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof." This is found in Amendment 1 of the Constitution, Freedom of Religion, Press, Expression, written on December 15, 1791. A deep commitment that I would never budge from is my religion and respect for all religions. Here in the United States, we are free to practice which religions we choose, gather with others of the same religion, and peaceably practice the religion as we see fit. In my next image, I have a priest surrounded by his congregation, and they are gathering peacefully to practice their rite of religion. Well, religion is more of an intangible value, and now I'd like to discuss on something that's tangible. This was my favorite topic to reflect on. You know, most of us growing up all had an object that we were attached to. Could have been a blanket or a stuffed animal. Mine was a stuffed frog with popcorn kernels that my grandmother made me. His name is Fuzz, named after the material he was made out of. He accompanies me in all of my everyday activities, or accompanied me in all of my everyday activities. Well, I specifically remember one evening when I was throwing him up in the air and accidentally dropped him. Popcorn kernels went everywhere. By this time, Fuzz had about 3 patches. One of the patches were burst open when he fell. So as a child, you can imagine how horrifying this was for me, seeing my best friend on the ground in pieces. Well, I scooped Fuzz up and ran into my grandmother's house, and a few Kleenex smeared tears and stitches later, Fuzz was all better. Today, Fuzz has approximately 15 patches, and although he's advanced in years and thoroughly enjoying retirement, he still rests under my pillows to listen to my thoughts at the end of the day. He is my most cherished popcorn-filled possession. And you can see a picture that I've drawn for you. I've tried to communicate to you exactly what Fuzz looks like. Here's an idea. He has a little bit more patches than that, though. Well, Fuzz helped me through a lot. He was always there to listen, especially last year. Last year is a year in which I will never wish to live through again, and I will explain why. Last January, I enrolled in school full-time. My major was cosmetology. I had classes from 8 to 3 and work from 3 to 11, and after a few weeks, I was very burnt out. Now, there were times where I said to myself, I can't keep doing this, but by taking it day by day, I got through it, and I graduated with a certificate in master's cosmetology. I was always indecisive when it came to lifelong altering decisions. By the time I enrolled for cosmetology, I'd already attempted school several times with several different majors, but by sticking to it, I gained an educational benefit and a personal one. I proved to myself that by taking it day by day, I can achieve my goals and benefit from them as I see fit. You know, speaking of achievements, this is a picture of a light bulb, and the reason I have used this as a visual aid is because the inventor of the light bulb, Thomas Edison, he was a great man. You know, Thomas Edison, before he invented the light bulb, it took him over 10,000 tries until he got it right, but he never gave up. So that is an achievement, to say the least. Well, if I had 1 year to live with guaranteed success at whatever I attempt, I would choose to become a well-known musical artist. Music is very dear to my heart because it reaches me on a psychological level that moves me emotionally and even sometimes physically. I often tell people that since I'm always broke and can't afford my own psychiatrist, music acts as my element of mental healing. Oliver Wendell Holmes once said, "Alas for those that never sing, but die with all their music in them." I loved this saying so much that I had it tattooed across my décolletage to signify that that saying will always be on my heart. And what the saying means to me is it doesn't matter how good or bad you are in definition by society at music. As long as you express yourself by using music, that's all that matters. Well, finally, I come to my last topic. 3 words that I would like used about me if I died today. Those 3 words would be loving, giving, and hardworking. I say love because it's a universal emotion that can be expressed in an infinite amount of ways. Giving is an adjective used to describe an individual who is known for making some personal or material sacrifice for other living beings. And hardworking is often used to describe someone that applies themselves 100% to everything that they do. Well, we've discussed a lot of things today, and I hope that you have enjoyed the speech. We've talked about expression, values, commitments, and things that are part of everyday life. And I just want to let you know that the reason I chose these topics was because I am an individual who is appreciative of a society that is so diverse. Every day I look out and it never fails to amaze me how wonderful and advanced our society is becoming. And with hard work, a little bit of giving, and some expression, we can all make it happen. Well, there you have it. You have now had a glimpse into the strange world of Elizabeth Brittany Secord and what makes my personal coat of arms. Thank you for listening.